Although I don't think it's controversial, a lot of people will find it controversial.
Pick the best defenders instead of footballers.
Nah, because you're a defender, you just want
Well,
to smash people and all that. It's not about that.
Ledley will get the best clean sheets.
For me, I just think this guy has never been replaced at the club.
He's at it again. Would if you pass it out? That's why it's called Tippy Tappy Football.
I said, we're going to tell him the team. He says, no, wait to see if Ledley's fit.
Would you want to manage that attack?
I'd love to manage it, yeah.
So we have a new special feature for No Tippy Tappy Football for this season, and it is Ultimate 11. So we will be looking at a Premier League team and between us picking their Ultimate Premier League 11. And of course, today, you can tell by looking at our guests that we will be doing Spurs. So Tim Sherwood and Celeste Ferdinand will be picking Spurs Ultimate Premier League 11. Sam will be the adjudicator and will have the final decision. So
no, there's no falling out, you two, by the way. This could be a good debate. It could be a good debate. This one, yeah.
So let's start with formation. We need to decide between you what you're going for.
I think looking at the Spurs sides that we've looked at, we've gone for three at the back, haven't we? Yeah. To try and get the people in that we need.
Okay.
Okay.
How far have you gone back? How far are you going back?
Do you know
It's
the
Premier League.
Start, yeah.
Do you know the main reason? We couldn't find a decent left back. I mean, we'll get to it, but I mean,
Out and out left.
I think our goalie is pretty straightforward. Yeah. We've gone for Lloris.
Okay.
I mean, we've gone for Lloris because we feel like the years and the service what he'd give to that club. And he took a lot of criticism. And I used to say to everyone, try and find one better.
Better, yeah. I agree with that.
He's really undersized as a goalie. You know, you see some giants of men, but he's not tiny, and he was so quick, agile. Wasn't the greatest on the floor, but we're talking about a World Cup winner. So never won nothing with Tottenham, but he was part of the side what went to the Champions League final. So I don't think we could find anyone to put an argument.
I mean, when he first came to the club, he was like, the one thing we felt about him, he was going to give lots of penalties away because he was off his line.
Yeah.
There was no tomorrow. It was like, I always remember Tony Parks was the goalkeeping coach, and whenever goals, you know what banter's like in the changing rooms. He used to come in every Monday morning, and I used to show all the games on Sky. He used to show all the goals. I must go, goalkeeper's fault again. And Tony Parks used to just keep his head down, right? And he used to keep his head down because I'd do it. I go, what's the goalkeeper doing there? Like, he had no chance of saving it. And Lloris was, because he was like, what's he going on about? He'd go like that. I'm going, yeah, goalkeeper's fault again. But good kid. And there's Tim. All the things that Tim said about him, it makes him our first choice.
Yeah, how many years? 10, is it? 9, 8, 9, 10? Yeah.
He's played more games than Harry Kane.
Wow.
Okay, well, that's a nice easy start, Sam. You don't need to do any adjudicating there.
No, I don't think so.
Lloris, okay, and then you've gone for a back three. So...
Yes.
Go on, let's kick us off. We've got a real controversial one for any Tottenham fans who are listening. But he has to be in it.
It might be controversial for us as well. But I'm going to go for one of the best centre-backs I've ever played with. And I think if he had the career that he should have had, he would have been one of the best in the world. In Ledley King. It was like a Rolls Royce.
You're getting no argument from me.
There's no argument there, is there?
I mean, listen, he played his first game, he made his debut with me. I mean, played central midfield. I mean... just controlled the ball, both feet, manipulated it, great pace if he needed to get back. And I think everyone talks about the injuries, but he had a great career. I mean, he represented England. I remember he marked Zidane in one international game. He was phenomenal.
Were you both there when it happened, his injury?
Well,
it was everything. It was one thing after
was it
the
an
next.
accumulation? Or?
And then it was a knee on bone on bone.
Chondral defect he had, which just... kept rubbing on, and it's kind of like he never had no cartilage in one of his knees.
So was that chondral defect ignored till it was too late?
It could well have been, Sam.
Because that happened to Jack Collison at West Ham. Yeah. They kept playing him. Yeah. Bear in mind, Jack was only 21 when he got his chondral defect. Yeah. And they finished at 28 because they got the hole in the knee got too big.
Yeah.
The surgeon said they couldn't drill it and put the blood flow back there. So,
and that's exactly what happened with Ledley. Yeah. They couldn't drill it. So he never trained. At times he wouldn't train all week. He'd be in the swimming pool. That was all he could do.
Yeah.
And it was hilarious because when Harry was there, it was Harry used to have the team sheet rolled up in his hand like that. He'd go like that, and he used to come in. And he used to say, "Tim, you seen Ledley?" And I used to say, No, I'm not sure if he's in yet. I said, we're going to tell him the team. He says, no, wait to see if Ledley's fit. I mean, he ain't trained all week. Ledley come in there, you go, percentage led? He goes, 70%. He said, all right, you're playing. That's how good he was.
Wow.
A bit like Paul McGrath then, isn't it?
Yeah,
And you answered that similar, wasn't it? You know what I mean?
100% like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
If he hadn't have had the injuries, would he have been England's greatest ever defender?
Or if and
be up
buts
there.
and
He'd be up there.
Up there.
Yeah, he'd definitely be up there.
Okay. This is easy so far for you,
to
Sam.
now,
You don't have to
well,
do
they're picking
anything. Okay.
Picking the easy ones first, obviously, aren't they?
Now, Tim's always a controversial character. Has always been a controversial
No, I've
character.
never known that.
Okay, so
When did that happen?
I'm gonna allow him to throw the controversial one in. Although I don't think it's controversial, a lot of people will find it controversial who are not blue and white.
we have gone for another academy graduate, Sol Campbell.
Well,
The intake of air.
if you take out the
Everyone's switched off.
but if you take out the Arsenal Tottenham scenario,
Hard to do that, but it's,
I know that, but he's one of the best, wasn't he?
yeah.
Have you agreed on this, Les?
Yeah. We've agreed on this. We've agreed on Sol Campbell. Has to be in there.
We don't have to talk about him, do we? Even
Do you
though,
want to just move on?
though he warrants it. I mean, he's a man mountain. You know, you listen to people and you say, well, you found yourself in such rubbish positions on the pitch, but his pace got him out of it. Well, that's what he possesses. That's, that's part of his makeup. He's allowed to do it. So, no, Sol's in it.
Okay. Again, Sam.
We're going three at the
easy
back,
life.
so the next one is toss of a coin for me. I mean, there's a few. We got Alderweireld, Vertonghen,
I would.
Ramon Vega, you said.
No, I didn't.
I'd be Verhold, me.
Alderweireld.
Left-footed.
Vertonghen.
Are you Vertonghen?
I quite like Vertonghen. If there was, I like Alderweireld, but I thought Vertonghen was a better footballer.
Well, Vertonghen, I know.
You're going
I don't know.
That football. He's doing all that football stuff.
No, I'm just saying.
Instead of pick the best defenders instead of footballers.
No, because you're a defender, you just want to
Well,
smash
listen,
people and all that.
listen,
It's not about that.
win the
Ledley
league, if you get the
wasn't
best clean sheets, you big brother. Because that's it again. If we'll pass it out. That's why it's called tippy tappy football.
you know,
with all this.
I weren't ever bothered whether they were big and tough or whether they were tippy
Put it
tappy.
this
I'll
way.
play against anyone.
Who do you want to play against?
He would moan like mad if the ball never got played up to him like today.
Who do you want to
Never
play
had a touch
against?
today.
Toby or Jan? Who would you want to play against? Alderweireld or
Either of them, mate.
Vertonghen?
Are we not even putting
Either of them.
Are we not putting
I'll play
Kyle
you
Walker
two.
in the conversation for your last defender?
Who?
No, we've got.
Can you stay out of it for a minute?
This is a fullback, Kyle.
We're not having him.
We ain't talked Man City for ages.
He's the greatest ever Premier League right back.
No, we've got three centre backs.
Oh, you have three
centre
centre backs. All right, I missed this.
This is the last centre back.
Jumping the gun. Jumping the gun here.
Who? Yeah. Who? Sam? It's up to you. Well, I think it's them two. Yeah, we haven't.
You've gone for Alderweireld. You want?
No, you go left foot. He wants
Left
left
foot.
foot. We get Jan.
That's what I said there.
We can't argue with Jan with the service what he
left
gives to
foot,
the club.
actually, yeah.
He give a lot of service to that football
Okay.
club.
Are you happy, Sam? Because
Yes,
it's
I'm
come
happy,
down to
yeah.
you. Right, so forgive me.
Wingbacks.
I thought you were only having three defenders.
No wingbacks.
Right, you're having wingbacks. Okay.
We got
So
one.
then it's Kyle
we
Walker,
got
right?
one. We're going to shoe him. He has to come into the team, so I'm going Gareth Bale on the left side.
As a left wing back.
Yeah.
Well, Harry played him there a lot, didn't he?
Yeah.
Are you
A bit wasted mine, but he played him there quite a lot, didn't he?
There was only one other one that would, because he was a German international as well, that I thought could fill in that role was Christian Ziege.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone would go on and say that the career that Gareth Bale had at Real Madrid and so on and so forth, he has to be a shoo-in. But in terms of Tottenham,
If we had another left back there, I could put him in and put Gareth further up the field. But I just think if with the others we've got up the field, I think Gareth has to be on the left side.
Les, you agreeing?
yeah, I needed to throw Christian's name in there as well. Because
Well, if you put Christian Ziege in, you'd have to put Gareth Bale in midfield in three. 'Cause
exactly.
when I was at West Ham, he played 2 or 3 times. And he scored every time.
I remember that.
He used to drive me mad. Pick the ball up, beat 3 and just hit it in the top corner. I'd go, oh, not again, you know. And there's nothing you could do about it.
Did you play in that game when he scored in the last minute? When it was injury time and
Yeah,
he
that's
picked it up.
Yeah.
Tom Carroll
That was
gave
it.
it to him and he...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was sick. After. I actually admire the goal.
Yeah.
It was that good. But yeah, left wing back.
Left
Bale.
wing back. Okay. Right then. Is it right then?
Who's the right wing back then?
Walker for me, but Les disagrees.
Okay, well,
Is that what? Because he didn't spend long enough.
Because all I'm going to say, I'm going to throw a name in there, Sam, and we're talking about over the Tottenham era.
Yeah.
And you're talking about Kyle Walker now, aren't you?
Not then.
Not then.
Yeah.
And the other name I'm going to throw in there, I'd like your opinion. I know you're going to get Stephen Carr.
Ooh. Well, I had Carey at Newcastle, like you mean, so...
In terms of a right back at Tottenham at the time.
He was... And he'd resurrected his career because he'd been...
Yeah, that's
told. He were told he was finished.
Yeah. Mm.
And he came back to Newcastle the season before I took over and came back on trial and was outstanding, apparently, so... And he was very good while I was there, considering. So I would have thought when it was at Tottenham days, he would have been even better than that.
Yeah.
Do you want to put an argument in before he decides?
I'm happy with Kari. I mean, another academy boy, though. I mean,
well,
they always be in the end. They're the best.
How long did well? If you're just pure talent alone, then Kyle Walker eventually is easy to go for, isn't it? But was he only there 2 seasons before City bought him?
A little bit longer.
But they bought him from Sheffield United, didn't they?
Yeah, he spent his first year with us in development squad.
Yeah.
And I mean, I understand you because you're seeing Kyle Walker now.
I'm always biased, Les, don't worry.
Stephen Carr, go on.
Okay.
I love it. It's one that I didn't expect to be.
Okay, then.
I'm going for a sitting midfield player. For me, I just think this guy has never been replaced at the club. Quality is what he had, and people didn't really see it from the outside. But breaking the game up, giving the centre halves giving him the ball and him protecting it, and then sending it forward to the assisters. Moussa Dembele was
I was just thinking of him.
One of the best.
Why did they sell him?
Wow, I don't know. I think he's still playing. I think he's still in China.
But he's just come back. Yeah, he's just come back. He's gone back to Holland.
I looked at that one. I thought, what? You're top of what? You looks like you're going to win the Premier League. You're doing well in the Champions League, and is that Daniel's?
I had no idea why they got.
Is that him making the books look right?
Probably thinking that he might be getting towards the end, but I'm not sure. They've tried so many other players to come in and fill the void, and they've never managed to do it, in my opinion.
Yeah,
so
totally agree.
Top draw. As a manager, Sam, you know it's like more than anyone. When the ball goes into someone who's going to keep hold of possession, you can relax. And he was one of them. Managers just go, he's got it. It's all right. And if they get it off him, they're going to foul him.
The thing is, as well, it's like he wanted you to give it to him when he had people around him.
Yeah, he loved it.
He thrived for that.
There's not many of those about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there? No. Not many can handle the ball when somebody's not.
Okay, I like it. Right, next. This is easy for you, Sam. What a day you're having. Right.
Luka Modric.
Outstanding.
Yeah. End of.
Say no more.
Yeah, we don't even need to talk about that though.
End of.
How good he was. He was sensational and has gone on to be everything we thought
he was going to be my first signing at Newcastle.
Was he?
Yeah.
But we waited too long because Mike Ashley bought the club.
So you something really interesting.
About 16 million at the time.
Was he?
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
When we used to look at the stats, go and speak to the boys, and because everyone looks at the frailties in players, what they can't do, and look at the size of Luka, and I just had, when you trust your eyes and just saying, tell me who breaks the game up more than any player, him. He won more tackles. He intercepted more things than any other player we had on the pitch. And everyone didn't recognise him for that sort of quality, but just energy. I'd take young players after every game, and I used to say, come into the dressing room and look at Luka Modric. And he used to sit there, just with his pants on, absolutely shattered with his head between his legs. Right? And I say to the boys, have you ever been that tired when you come off a pitch? And they say, no. I said, well, it's not because he's not fit. It's because he does not leave 1 ounce out there. He gives everything. He gives everything to the cause. And that is how you need to be when you come off the football pitch. He was an eye-opener, and he was fantastic with the younger players.
He was brilliant. And, Claude Makelele came to this country and everyone said what a good defender was because he anticipated things rather than tackling and going to the ground.
Yeah.
That was Luka Modric further up. Just never went to ground, just anticipated everything, broke things up.
Front shield.
Just saw things that people didn't see and then get it and was able to provide as well. Yeah, no question about him.
Happy Sam?
Oh,
He's in.
he's a touching world class though, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Him, Dominic, them. World class.
We're looking for one other in there.
Is he playing still this year at Real Madrid this year?
Yeah, new
another
contract.
Yeah, new contract.
Another in 1 year now?
Yeah.
Wow. What a player.
Well, I only need one other midfield player in there, but I mean, for me, I've gone Christian Eriksen.
Okay.
I like that, but the other person I'd probably look in and just for the
Balancing
time
it out.
He was at Tottenham.
Go on then, who is it?
Can't stick Ginola in there now.
Ugh.
You're getting excited.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
He wasn't fat, was he?
No. I don't know. We can have him.
That one.
We might have to stick him wide, but.
Oh, he was a player though, wasn't he? And an entertainer. Just right for Tottenham, really, wasn't he?
He was a Tottenham player.
Wasn't he?
With Musa and
Luca.
Luca, you got to have.
Could you afford to have Ginola in there?
And the 10.
I think you could.
As a 10 and then have 2 9s.
Yeah.
Should we do that?
That's right.
Yeah, go on.
Ginola.
That was Ginola, yeah.
So we're going Dembele and Modric, double pivot 6, and we're going Ginola as a 10.
Okay.
That's a good shout.
We're going all out.
David.
Right, so you've got 2 places left.
But
We know one.
We get rid of one.
No, one, don't we?
Actually, we just have done that first. Okay, I'll just
put
write
Harry
Harry
in.
Kane. Okay.
Greavesy.
Okay.
Kane.
Yeah.
Now.
Another 9 we need.
You've got 1 spot left.
Right, I'm going to throw some names in. I'm just going to throw some names on. So you got Robbie Keane, got Teddy Sheringham, and you got Jermaine Defoe.
Ooh.
What do you want?
Do we love Jermaine Defoe on this podcast?
Robbie Keane for partnership, goals, hold up play off his number 9.
Social
Play with him.
secretary.
One of the big things today that is the opposite of when I played, and as it changed in the later stages, is centre forwards couldn't play up front on their own. Now centre forwards can play up front on their own, but when another centre forward comes with them, they can't play with them because they've been up on their own that long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, Robbie could play with Harry. Jermaine, I had Jermaine at Sunderland, played up front on his own. Just out and out saved the football club because of his goals. But there's nothing
else.
Yeah.
Teddy.
The most important thing.
Yeah.
But there's not what Robbie can do. Robbie can drop deep. He can hold it up. He can.
But so could Harry.
So could Harry.
Do we have the two the same?
Because then you got Teddy. You got to throw if you're talking.
Well, Teddy's
about,
not the quickest, was he? So he's
not,
in the hole, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like I mean,
They're in the same space a lot, aren't they?
Yeah.
and that's the only thing that would when you're looking at this where you would kind of like might drop Teddy out of it is because of his pace.
We're giving Son a mention.
Yeah,
Just a token.
Yeah, that's token compared to them at the moment.
Played a lot of games though, didn't he?
Yeah,
he has.
And I think he's a good player.
Yeah.
I think he's a good player, but I'm not putting him in the mould of them 3 at the moment.
No.
He scored spectacular goals, but I'm not putting him in that mould as.
Gonna have to push yous.
We might have to ask Harry who he wants to play with.
Send him a text. Send him a WhatsApp.
Sam, the ultimate decision is yours. They have given you their reasonings. You need your last player in the Spurs Ultimate 11.
Well, I think with what you talked about, and having worked with Jermaine Defoe, I'd choose him. And looking at what Harry does now. So if Jermaine lives on the shoulder. He lives for the ball in behind. He didn't live for the ball to feet. So Harry coming off the front line, picking the ball up. Jermaine would start off running, and Harry just drop the ball into him all the time. So that combination would work extremely well, probably.
Yeah.
So
Jermaine Defoe would be scoring 20 goals easily in the 20 plus in the Premier League for me, playing like that with Harry Kane at Tottenham.
So Lloris, Vertonghen, King, Campbell, Carr, Bale, Dembele, Modric, Ginola, Defoe, and Kane. Are you happy?
Tottenham fans.
Not a bad team, that.
Tottenham fans are happy anyway. Don't know if they win, just how they play.
Would you want to manage that team?
I'd love to manage it, yeah. All I'd need to do with that team was say, get me 20 clean sheets and we'll finish in the top 2.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
And if I was going to give you one final question for the three of you, straight away, what's the first name that comes into your head? Greatest ever Tottenham manager. Who's managing them?
What, in the Premier League era?
Do Premier League either,
Going to be Venables, isn't it? Oh no, not in Premier League. He wasn't. So
I'm going Redknapp.
Okay. Les?
Pochettino.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, Pochettino.
Poch.
Yeah, got a Champions League final.
I just think Daniel.
No, I just don't think Harry gets the credit what he.
No, I agree. I agree with that.
It just wasn't the right suit, though, was it?
Yeah.
Daniel and Harry together wasn't the right combination because Harry was too demanding. Because he's a manager.
Yeah.
He's not a head coach.
Yeah.
So what Harry needs, Harry wants to get. So he would make Daniel's life not very comfortable until he got what he got. And I know that by
There was another manager who did actually win.
Martin Joe.
Martin Joe.
Actually, I was
One day Ramos. And not only that, when we was there, he won. George
Graham, yeah.
But we've thrown Sol Campbell in there. We can't throw him in.
Too many
crossovers.
What did George win? What did George win at Tottenham then?
The League Cup.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
All right, Sam, yours is the final say. Are you sticking with Poch?
Poch, yeah, I am.
There we go. What do you think? Let us know, and we will be doing another No Tippy Tappy Football Ultimate 11 very soon.